I don't want to wait for the world to celebrate my children before I celebrate them. They have so many amazing traits that the world is not paying attention to. So why should I wait for the world? The world has a standard that may never define them. Yet these children are amazing. They are children to be proud of. So here is what I want to do. This Christmas, I want to throw an appreciation party to appreciate, to celebrate all the awesomeness in them. And I want every parent to join me. Don't wait for the world to celebrate your child, because the world may never notice the special being your child is, the special gift your child has. So here is what you want to do. You want to stay with me, watch this video from the beginning to the end, because I have a lot of materials I'll be sharing with you to help you celebrate your children. Firstly, I'll be sharing with you a sheet that will help you track what you need to celebrate. And then I'll also tell you about how to celebrate your children, give you options to pick from, or you can learn and tweak it to celebrate your unique child. So stay with me from the beginning to the end. Let's talk about how to celebrate our children and why it is even important to celebrate our children. One time in my children's school's PTA meeting, Parents Teachers Association meeting, the parents complained that the son was initially picked to practice for their cultural dance that was coming up to celebrate their cultural day in school. However, during the course of the practice, the boy was dropped for obvious reasons. That actually demoralized the boy. So the school stood up in defense and said, not every child can participate in every activities. In fact, all the children in the school cannot. It's not possible for every child to participate in activities. So for that reason, only the best were chosen. That is the truth. Every child cannot possibly participate in activities, so they will have to choose only the best. However, your child may not be best in one thing. Your child is best in another thing. But the problem is the school they don't have all the activities to actually be able to let these children who are best in different things. Children are best in different things. We have children who are best at speaking. We have children who are best at writing, at sports, at very many things. Ben Carson, for example, what is his skill that is open, that is making way for him? Hand and eye coordination. We have children who are best in painting, drawing, even home management, baking, bead making, robotic designing, a lot of things. But hey, the school has a standard. The world has a standard they define our children by. So that is why we don't wait for them, because we know that our children are best in very many things. They have things they are best at that the school may not really have the platform to notice that best in them. So for us that we know that there is something they are best in, we need to celebrate them. We need to celebrate them. We need to let them understand that yes, you are best at something. It's a great motivation for children when they know that they are best at something. Now, this is what this video is all about. So let me share the importance of celebrating our children, because this video is all about motivating you, or telling you, or teaching you what you need to do, to how you can see the best in your children within the next 21 days or 20 days, and what you need to do to actually celebrate your child. So let me talk about the importance of celebrating our children, noticing the best in them and celebrating them. Now, reason one you need to celebrate your children is because it balances your parenting. I bet you didn't expect that. Now, let me break it down. You know, every parent I know, including you watching me right now, we have a desire to raise responsible children who will grow into responsible adults. So because of that, we are quick to notice when they err, jump in, correct them, criticize, judge, yell, nag, or even want to smack. So this is annoying to the children. It is a pattern. So it just sounds like a broken record. It don't come again. That is it. So, but when you notice the good in your child and you begin to celebrate your child for that good you notice in your child, it makes it easy for your child to realize, okay, it's not just all about, it's not a pattern. It's not just all about nagging and whining for the sake of nagging and whining, or because she's the parent, or he is the parent, but because there's actually there's something I need to work on. something that is not really right. That's what she's talking about it. Because the times I have good in me, the times I exhibit good behaviors, the time I have skills, she actually acknowledges them. She acknowledges that I'm a very good dancer. So when she tells me that, okay, I have poor, my spellings are poor, I need to put in more effort, I will realize that yes, my spellings are really poor. She's saying it from a place of love, because she appreciates the fact that I can sing. She appreciates the fact that I can take my computer and do amazing things with it. So that is it. So your child is going to see it. Your child is going to balance your parenting. Your child is going to see it from your point of view that they need there's a struggle somewhere. Now, what I tell my children is that no one can be best in everything. No one can be good in everything. Everyone has certain gifts deposited in them by God. You've discovered your gift. However, there are other things that you are expected. So even if you are not naturally gifted in those areas, you can put in your best. So what I expect is your best. So when you balance it for your child, you appreciate them for the good they have in them, and then you tell them their struggle, it's easy for them to realize, okay, for them to believe you, okay, I'm actually struggling in this aspect. I'm good here, I'm struggling with this. What my mom wants or what my dad wants is for me to put in more effort. It balances your parenting. You are not the yelling parent. You are not the nagging parent. You are just a parent who has a balanced parenting. Oh, the good. Well done. Bravo. Thumbs up. High five. That's the good. The one that is not so good. Oh, thumbs down. We need to work on it. It balances your parenting. Now, the next reason is why you need to celebrate your children's win is because it leads to trust, which leads to influence. Now, just like balancing your parenting, because you are not always nagging and yelling, it is not a pattern. Your child knows that there are times you celebrate him. There are times you're actually proud of him for the good in him, for the positive you are saying. So when you now say, okay, this thing is a problem, you need to fix it, you need to work on it, you need to get better, you need to buckle down, your child believes you. You are not just the one who is always criticizing. So it's easy for them to trust you when you celebrate their wins, when you appreciate their positive. So it's easy for them to now trust you, believe you when you point them to their negative or when you refer to their negative. So for that, they want to listen. Now it becomes easy for you to influence them because they trust you. You've proven yourself, they trust you, so it becomes easy for you to influence them, for them to actually want to put in the effort or put in the work, or if you are helping them find solution, creating strategies, it's easy for them to follow through, to want to go on that journey with you because they know that you are not all about criticizing, you are actually having a balanced parenting. Now, reason number 3, it makes them feel safe, secure. It makes them feel loved. It makes them feel seen. Yes, I am important. I am loved. I am seen. Because you take your time to notice the good in them. You take your time to notice the positive in them. Even if the school says because they are not fantastic spellers, they are not getting an award, you see the good in them. You know that they may not be getting an award for spelling or for math or for dancing. You see the other things in them and you appreciate them for that. It makes them feel the school is not seeing them, it's not seeing those things. The society is not seeing those things, but you, the parent, you are seeing those things. It actually makes them feel very important. It makes them feel loved. It makes them feel secure. The home is not always a place where the nagging, the whining, the correction is coming from, but it's also a place where appreciation is coming from. So it gives them that sense of peace and security, which every child desires, which actually makes it easy to foster connection. Now, this is the 4th point. It brings about connection in the family. So because you appreciate your children, you celebrate them, the home is peaceful. So it's easy for them to have a connection, to feel free. It's easy for them to be free. It's easy for them to be vulnerable. It's easy for them to trust you. So it's easy for them to actually bond. It's easy for them to want to be loyal, not to want to disappoint you. because they know that, hey, when it's good, you tell it to them. When it's bad, you tell it to them. You are not always looking out for the bad. So it's easy for them to want to actually rely on you. Now, the truth is, everyone loves someone who appreciates them. Everyone loves someone who makes them feel important. Everyone loves someone who makes them feel seen. And your children are definitely not exceptions. They are not an exception. They also love that. We all know how we can be loyal, how we can go all out to protect relationships that actually make us feel happy, do good to us, to our emotions. So your kids are not an exception. It kind of brings about your bond, promotes the bond between you, appreciating your children and celebrating their wins. It boasts their self-confidence and self-esteem. We know this already. When you appreciate someone, when you are good at something, how does it make you feel? It just makes you feel, if you are good at something, nobody ever tells you. You may not even know. Everybody needs a kind of validation once in a while. So when you are good at something and nobody really tells you, nobody notices it, you may not feel you are so good at it. You may feel there's nothing spectacular about what you're doing, or you are just the one thinking too highly of yourself. But on the other hand, when someone validates that thing, it gives you a kind of sense of confidence. Let me give you a particular example. It's like when you dress, you are going out, you look good. Whether we like it or not, when someone tells you, oh, you look good, you look well put together, you look good, it kind of gives you a sense of, I know, I'm good. Same thing happens compared to, no matter how good you think you look and someone tells you, you look trashy, you are going to you look good somehow, but you are going to have a second, you want to have a doubt about yourself. Okay, I look trashy. Is it my color, my makeup? What's it referring to? What's she referring to? It's a natural thing. So when you appreciate your child, you celebrate them, it makes them feel very, very self-confident. Yes, they know that, okay, I'm good at something. I'm good at this. And the more you appreciate them, the more you celebrate them, the more confident they actually feel about themselves. Another reason you want to appreciate your children and celebrate them is that it's a great motivation. I think all I've been saying have kind of been about this motivation, wrapped up in this motivation. It's a great motivation. It's a great motivation. You appreciate them for doing something. They actually want to do it again. They want to repeat it again. I remember a school, a friend in secondary school back then, who was told that her hair was fine. She had a certain weaving and she was told it was fine, and she carried that weaving. She kept on repeating that style for SS1, SS2 until I left the school. So it's a motivation for them to want to actually do that thing again. It's a motivation for them to want to find other things. If you appreciate them in one thing, they actually want to look for other things you complain about, you correct them about. They want to improve on them so that they will get more appreciation. It is something with man, natural. So it's a great motivation for your child when you appreciate them and celebrate the small wins they record. Lastly, on this, why we should appreciate our children or celebrate them, it is a beautiful family tradition. We just create a tradition for our family, Christmas tradition. You just make it a tradition that, okay, every Christmas on we are going to have our family appreciation party. They look forward to it. Even when they are grown, they are out of the house, it's that day of the year. They remember, growing up, this used to be our appreciation party. And who knows, they carry it on to with their children and with their children's children. So it becomes a family tradition, something they look up to and look towards rather. And when they are actually remembering their childhood memories, some of the things they'll remember. It's one of the things they'll remember, their Christmas appreciation party. So you see, is a whole lot of there are very many reasons why we should appreciate our children, especially this Christmas season. So here is it. We are not just going to appreciate our children to fulfill all righteousness. Oh, someone is saying it, so everybody seems to be doing it. Let's do it. So that is not why we are doing this. We're actually doing this to celebrate we are doing this to celebrate them, the good in them. So we have to notice this good to celebrate, so that the children will know by themselves that we are actually celebrating them for good. They will know that we take our time to observe them, to notice them, and we are celebrating them. We see them every day. We are celebrating them. That is why we are doing this. That is what we are doing. And it is one of the activities we are doing this month, the month of December, in PAC, Parenting Accountability Community. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I have a parenting accountability community where we come together to set goals and parent with knowledge, minimize all the drama in parenting, and actually get empowered to parent 21st century child. Now, this is one of the activities we are doing in PAC, which is the acronym for Parenting Accountability Community, this month, December. So I thought, okay, I want to make it a family tradition. So let everyone also, let's share it. Let's share with there's love in sharing. So I have a material for PAC which we are sharing with you too. Is a sheet that will help you. You see it on the screen now. Is a sheet that will help you track the positive in your children. You look at it, it's I think 28 days. So you don't have to wait. If you choose to start today, the day you are watching this video, for the next 28 days, that's good for you. If any day you choose to start, that's fine. But we are doing it for like 21 days. So we are doing it for 20 days, and then we celebrate them on the 21st. We can choose to celebrate any day we have the time. It's Christmas. We need holiday to be able to do it. So anytime we have the holiday, we celebrate it. But the thing is, we are going to celebrate our children. That is what is most important. However you want to, whenever you want to celebrate it is fine, but you are going to celebrate your child. That is what I'm advocating. That's what I'm telling you here. Okay, so you see the trait. You have the positive trait, you have the days, the numbers there are the days of the week. So what you are going to do is, if you have 5 children, you can print 5, or you can choose, you can come inbox and ask for a copy, and I'll send it to you, e-copy, and I'll send to you. You can choose to print it, then you can choose to also use your paper and your biro to design something that you are seeing. And then every day of the week, you have 5 children, you design 5, or you print 5. Or you can even choose to use an ordinary journal to do it. It's fine. Every day of the week, you notice one thing about your child from morning till night. There is no way your child will not exhibit something from morning till night. If it's more than one, you can decide to draw a line across the sheet and write it too. So every day of the week, every single day, from morning till night, you notice one thing about your child and you write it down. Something like obedience, for example. Oh, he obeyed the first time, is a good trait. That means you are not having a headache, having to repeat yourself over and over again. Something like he answered questions intelligently is a good trait. Something like he was curious about something. He was eager to learn. Enthusiasm for learning is a good trait. Is a learnable, is a skill that adults sit down to learn. How do I become interested in learning? How do I become more curious? So your child is exhibiting it, is a good trait. Your child can draw very well. He draws someone, he drew, is a good trait. Someone came to your house and your child, rather someone comes to your house and your child gives him a warm welcome. Hospitality is a good trait. Your child brings his report card from school and he has A in maths, A in B, A in English, and A has good scores, is a good trait. Your child finishes eating, clears his table, is a good trait. Your child shows kindness, is a good trait. So we have very many things. Your child does his chores without you telling him, without any reminder, it's a good trait. So we have very many traits, very, very many traits. Wakes up and makes the bed, is a good trait. We have very many traits. Shows care towards you, towards your sibling, towards the siblings, is a good trait. Has the boldness to say no to someone, is a good trait. In fact, the parents that kind of inspired this whole sharing to the community has been in PAC for a while, since the beginning of this year. And one of the things she's celebrating is confidence in her child, in her daughter. When she joined PAC, she always complained that her daughter is not very sure, she's hesitant, she doesn't show self-confidence, and that was her goal. And thank God she has, by the grace of God, with all our strategies, our teachings and everything, and putting the work into it, like I always say to them, you can come and learn. Knowledge without action is a total waste. So if you learn, you put it into work, that's where you get it. That's where you get the result. So she is a very, very intentional parent. She is always intentional parenting, thirsty, everywhere gathering information. And so she was putting in the work. She was putting in the work. She asks questions, she gets answers, she shares her struggles, she gets solutions. She was putting in the work. And today her child is very confident and she is so super proud, and that is one of the things she wants to celebrate her child for this Christmas. So you can also celebrate your child for his boldness, his confidence, anything you notice, anything positive, you celebrate your child for it. Okay, so 1 trait a day or 2 traits a day, however you observe it, you actually, like, if you are not a parent that is always at home, you can ask your child's guardian, caregivers, or you ask them, your teachers in school, that you want to join in the challenge, you want to record a trait a day, a good trait a day by your child, so that you can celebrate at the end of the day. That is it. So, and for us to celebrate it, we have different ways you can celebrate it. Like I said, the parent that inspired this whole activity, she actually wants to give her daughter a plaque. That's what she wants to give her daughter, a plaque, like an award. You know, the award ceremony, the best. I want to congratulations on your confidence and all of that. That's what she wants to give her child. For me, when I'm recording my trait, what I want to do is, when I'm recording my trait, I'm going to write a bit of the event surrounding the trait, so that when I'm telling them, it's easy for them to understand, to actually like link it back. Oh, I actually did this on this day, and mommy actually noticed. Oh, so it kind of sets as a like a precedent for them. Next time I did this, let's say my younger brother didn't have enough food on this day. When your brother didn't have enough food, you give him from your food. That's kindness. So because of your kindness, I'm saying thank you for that. So you get it. That's how I want to have my trait recorded. So like I said, the parent that inspired this whole activity wants to give her daughter a plaque, which is very, very beautiful. So you can also want to do that. So at the end of the record all the traits, and you tell your child, okay, I want to appreciate you for this, for being this, for being this, for being this, for being this, you've been this, you've been this. So here is your well-deserved award. You want to use a plaque like the parent that inspired this activity. So like what I want to do is, at the end of the day, all the activities, okay, one of the options I have, I'm looking at, we have frames, picture frames. So at the end of the day, I want to get one of the options is to get my picture frames. So actually write this traits down, write this trait, take the child's picture and put it at the background, then write this trait down and kind of put it beside the child's picture and present it to the child as an award. Like, I'm not using the plaque, I want to use my picture frame. Actually, it's something we kind of do in my house, really. You know, we already planned towards it. But when she came in with an idea of doing a plaque, I thought that was really amazing. So I want to use a picture frame, like this frame you're seeing on the screen right now. I want to use it. I'll have them about their everything, how amazing they've been, written on it, and I give it to them as my plaque. They're going to put in their room and always hopefully look at it as a reminder that, hey, I got this, these were the reasons I actually got this. So you want to actually use try, either you want to get a plaque for your children or you want to use this picture frame. You can get picture frame anywhere. All you need to do is just to remove the picture in the picture frame already and have your child's picture put in it and have the thing written beside it. And if you want to go further, you can have an artist draw them. If you don't want to have an artist draw them, you can just do anything with the picture frame if it makes sense to you. So the next option is to write a letter. You write a letter, you read it, a love letter, reading it, telling them how awesome they are, referring to some of the traits you recorded and telling them how you appreciate those traits and how you want to see more of it in them. That's the letter. The idea is just to appreciate them, to bring their knowledge, to bring their attention to the things you're actually appreciating in them. So another option is to have a card. Those guys that actually sell cards, they can write, they have beautiful handwriting. So you can have them write, you can write a short letter, a short note and give it to them to kind of put in the letter, to write in the letter, beautiful letter. you want to write, and I'm sorry, the card you want them to design and present it to your child. That's another option. A letter is an option. A card is an option. Another option is a cake, to bake a Christmas cake. You bake a beautiful Christmas cake and you actually put your letter inside the Christmas cake. They cut it, they bring out the cake, the letters, everybody reads and everybody is happy. That's how to present the letter. You can also get a balloon, put the letter in the balloon, you get busted, the letter comes out and everybody sees the letter. Or you can get a big carton wrapped, put the letter inside and you bring it out. The letter can be, just find a way to make the letter creative. If you're using letter, find a way to make it creative. The idea is just to make to create happiness in the atmosphere. It's celebration, it's appreciation party for the children. So the idea is just to put celebration in the air. So you can do anything, you can get creative with the letter. You can also use a card. I think I just mentioned a card already. You can also use a card. Then another thing you can use is you can brand a t-shirt. I appreciate you, best son of the year, best daughter of the year, appreciate you. Like I say, my son is the best first son ever, my second son is the best second son ever. So you can actually brand a t-shirt, brand a mug, brand a jotter, brand something. You can brand a jotter, have that picture on one side and write best son of the year, appreciate you. This is from mom and dad, say thank you for being amazing in 2023. You can have that, just brand an item for them is also a good way to celebrate them. You give it to them and I bet you they are going to hold it, keep it in next year when they go back to school, and they are and they are going to always want to show it off to their friends in a way, because they are really proud of it. So you actually want to like brand an item is a way you can celebrate your children also. Now, another thing you want to do, another option you can explore, this is the second option I'm actually looking at, is to kind of have a jar. You have all these positive traits put and squeeze in a jar, and then you have rewards for each positive trait also in a jar for it. And your reward can be anything. If you have my book, My Family Structure, rewards can be anything. It can be hugs, it can be high five, it can be chop knuckle, it can be sweet, it can be chocolate, it can be money, it can be bicycle, something, anything. So how I intend to go about this, the second option I'm thinking, you want to have all the traits and the person. I have 3 kids, for example. I have their names written against each trait and squeezed up and thrown in the jar. Then I have the second jar with all the, all the traits, all the rewards. So they come forward, you pick you pick a trait, something I'm appreciating you for, you pick it, and if it's yours, you read it, and then you pick a treat from the jar, a reward from the jar. Now if it's not yours, you give it to the owner of that particular trait. The person now reads it and picks a trait from the jar. Now it's going to be equal, it's going to be even. Of course I have 3 children, so I'm going to make all the items in the jar even. So I'm going to make all the items in the jar even. That means the rewards are going to be even, and we are using the same numbers of days for all of them, so everything is definitely going to be even. So if this one is getting this chocolate, for example, the next child is getting the chocolate. It may not be from the same pick they are getting it, but they are getting chocolate at the same time. Now this is the second one I'm actually thinking of, and I know it's going to be fun. So you actually want to see if you can also run with this that I am going to be running with. Is celebrating our children. That's what matters. So lastly, you want to have another option is you can have your traits and your rewards tied together and around your Christmas tree. You know how Christmas trees, you decorate your Christmas trees with those things, your trait, your reward. You have them, you wrap them nicely. So you can have your letter, for example. If you have a letter, you can have your letter written in the box. You have all the things you want to give to your child for Christmas in the same box, and you place them together under the Christmas tree. They pick it, they read the letter, and they see their gift for appreciation, or if they frame it for appreciation, if it's the plaque for appreciation, anything you actually want to give them to celebrate them, you have it wrapped in the box, and you have the reason why you are doing that, the letter wrapped in a box. I just want to appreciate you for being you, for being the kindest daughter ever, for being this and all of that. You have them all put together and you put under the Christmas tree. The pick it is all celebration. The whatever you do, however you want to do it, is absolutely fine. The idea is for us to celebrate our children. We don't have to wait for the world to celebrate them before we celebrate them, because the world is not in our homes with us. So the world is not seeing the things we are saying. The world is not seeing how obedient our kids are, how amazing they are, how caring they are. They are not seeing it. Now, even if they are seeing that, for example, the school, the society is not kind of celebrating that in them yet. Celebrating how good they are in math, how good they are in sports. These are the things the society is celebrating. So we actually want to celebrate them beyond that. And remember all the benefits of celebrating your child. I hope you are going to do this with me. So if you enjoy watching this video, what you want to do is to comment. I really would appreciate if you comment the option you are going to go with. Or if you have any other option, any other idea to celebrate your child, is absolutely fine. We have a lot of other options: charity walks, special meals, a lot of other things we can do together, to the beach, to the park, grandma's visit, a lot of other things we can do together to celebrate them. Campfire. I just want to celebrate them in the comfort of my living home. Have a party, have just that family party. That's what I am looking at for. Family tradition, that small party just between us in the family, or if we have visitors, fine, just with us in the family. Just celebrate that moment. That's just us as a family. That's what I'm looking at for. So if you like any of my suggestions on how to celebrate, please share in the comment section. If you like any of my suggestions on how to celebrate, share in the comment section. If you have yours you want to share, also feel free to share in the comment section. And please, if you love this video, what you can do to tell me thank you is to share this video. If you are new here, I always forget to appreciate people who keep coming back to watch my videos. Thank you so much. I get messages inbox all the time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for always watching my videos. And thank you so much for sharing, for commenting, and for liking. If you are new here, you don't want to miss all the goodies we have when it comes to parenting your child. So you want to subscribe, you want to turn on your notification button, you want to like, you want to leave a comment, and you want to share so that parents everywhere will benefit from learning from us. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Enimie Orebo. See you in the next video. And hopefully, when I carry out my activity, I'm also going to share with you so that you will see how I do what I do. Thank you so much, and bye.